Earlier this year, the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority announced its plans to become the first sustainable destination by 2025. And here to tell us more about it is His Excellency Raki Phillips, the CEO of the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority. Please welcome him to the stage.
Good morning, everyone, Your Highnesses, dignitaries, excellencies, friends, and global citizens from around the world. It's such a pleasure to be able to host you here in Ras Al Khaimah, in our beautiful emirate. I'm Raki Phillips, the CEO of Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority. I'm also a global citizen, and it brings me so much joy to be able to showcase our beautiful destination to you. Now, for those that didn't notice, walking in, that was AC/DC Back in Black, and for the rock heads that are around here, the reason we played that is because we do feel that from a business perspective, the UAE and Ras Al Khaimah is definitely back in black. I'd like to start off by thanking His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Saqr al-Qasimi for the great words this morning and inspiring us, and also in attendance, Your Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Saud bin Saqr al-Qasimi, the Crown Prince of Ras Al Khaimah. I'm also really excited that today we'll see all these brilliant minds come together, great thought process, lots of people to talk to, and inspiration across the board. Travel's become so cumbersome. PCR testing, going through second-day rapid test, multiple things. Travel is not easy, so I'm really appreciative that you took the opportunity to travel across the world to come here and support the millions of people that rely on travel as a source of income. Our recovery this past year and a half has been remarkable, and I'm really, really proud to be part of a nation that really inspired us to open up for travel. And I also want to thank the tireless efforts of Arman, Tali, the GCF team, my RAC TDA family, and the entire Ras Al Khaimah community for being able to allow us to host this opportunity here. So thank you. The summit the next couple of days is really going to bring some inspirational stories, some people here that have really taken things to the next direction. Hassan Akkad is a Syrian refugee who has been through so much, based in the UK, hasn't seen his family since 2012, and only a couple of days ago was able to be reunited with them here in the UAE, and he happens to be with us at the show. And also to those that subscribe to Masterclass, I'm really looking forward to Chris Voss, who is a master FBI negotiator. I'm hoping I can learn a few things so I can get out of doing dishes when I get back home. So Chris, I hope you spare us some great insight. Also in attendance is globally renowned yogi, mystic, and visionary Sadhguru, who's going to really impose some sage knowledge, forward matter, and he's got a very cool sort of a way about him. And someone that I'm musically very excited to, Wyclef Jean, who really was the soundtrack of my high school in the 90s with the Fugees album. And today my daughters, who are 5 and 6, know every move and every word to Hips Don't Lie with his duet with Shakira. So I'm also very excited to see that. It's such a pleasure, as I said, to host you here in Ras Al Khaimah. And since you are in the neighborhood, please allow me to tell you a little bit about our beautiful destination, the northernmost emirate. We're one of 7 emirates that make up this beautiful country, and Ras Al Khaimah is the nature emirate. Spectacular topography, mountain, desert, sea, and then Jebel Jais, the highest mountain in the UAE. Our 7,000 years of history that have made up this emirate combines 3 very unique tribes, the mountain tribe, the desert tribe, as well as the sea tribe, to add to the rich tapestry of this destination. As we celebrate the honor, our past, we look forward to the future for being one of the fastest growing tourist destinations in the world. And how did we do this? How did we become a resilient destination? When you think about tourism, as His Highness had mentioned, 12% of the country's GDP is made out of tourism. And for an oil-rich nation, this is a significant amount. 750,000 people rely on tourism and hospitality as a source of income. And the UAE as a nation is resilient. What we've been through in the last 18 months since the pandemic hit in 20 and 21, Ras Al Khaimah was able to come out leading in a tourism perspective, having one of the highest revenue per available rooms in the region. And our strategy came very simply from one word that has really determined how we got out of the pandemic and how we move things forward. And that word is pivot. So for those that are kooky Friends fans as I am, this is an incredible scene, and really the joke is you pivot in order to be able to adapt to the changes. And boy, did we pivot fast. Right when the pandemic hit, we were the first destination to launch a financial stimulus package to support the tourism community. Certified our destination as the world's first safe destination in the world to travel. We offer, till today, free PCR for all of our guests that stay with us to go back home. So that's a significant cost that we take away from our tourists to make sure they have a good time. We re-energized air collaboration and did connectivity straight into Ras Al Khaimah International Airport. And we had some amazing marketing campaigns, all of it to attract our global citizens from around the world. With COVID, thank you. As His Highness had mentioned, COVID-19 has been one of the biggest impacts to us. But the second biggest impact that's having, that really we need to focus on is climate change. It's a pressing issue for us. Even before the pandemic, climate change always had a huge impact on the destination. And as the pandemic gradually recedes, sustainability has to become the forefront of everything that we deal with. And we are committed to the vision of becoming a sustainable destination. We're moving in the right direction, and the UAE has announced that by 2050 it will achieve net zero emissions to reach 100% clean energy. Absolutely. And the country is committed by hosting the climate change COP28 in 2023, which is a great step forward. We also announced the ambitious goal of being the first tourism sustainable destination in 2025, and I'm very proud that later today, me and some of the other heads of the other authorities in Ras Al Khaimah will be signing that pledge together. And I would encourage more destinations to take that initiative and really make sustainability part of their focus and part of their exanon every day. But sustainability is more than just a buzzword. Previously, I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and we always talked about greener operations, really looking at reducing weight, single-use plastic, eliminating straws. But it's not limited to just that. It's also the natural surroundings around us. And true sustainability is economic, cultural sustainability, and mental well-being for all of the employees. Earlier this year, CNN had announced that this year is cited to be a mental health and is the new pandemic. And it's so important with everything that everyone had gone through that we took this here locally in Ras Al Khaimah and made it a part of everything that we do to focus on our employees and focus on our team members. And the wonderful HR team that we have at Raki today really put together an emphasis to give back to the community, give back to our people, and I'm pleased to say that that resulted in some fantastic initiatives where Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority was the happiest government entity, and we also were awarded by Great Place to Work, which is a great organization that recognized us as the first Great Place to Work corporation, both public and private, in Ras Al Khaimah. But I'm also pleased to announce that we have gender parity in my leadership team fantastic women that sit across the table to make the decisions from multiple countries, Nigeria, Lebanon, UAE, and Canada, as well as they add to the beautiful team of 25 different nationalities that we work with. We're also the 11th best place for women in the GCC out of 2,000 companies. And by taking this people-centric approach, we were able to come out stronger, more resilient, and much happier. And we've witnessed over the past couple of years how human collaboration is so important. We're not made to wear masks or to social distance. We're made to meet in rooms like this and collaborate and work together. But the tourism industry, according to the UNWTO, the pandemic impacted 100 million jobs. But as the world starts to emerge out of the challenge and things start to get better, I really believe that together we can flourish our communities. When done right, tourism impacts livability, impacts the world around us, attracts investments, provide economic stability, and amazing jobs for people around the world. The theme of the summit is the future in motion. This is an extremely relevant for our emirate here in Ras Al Khaimah, an emirate that is always in motion, that's always changing, that's advancing. So what does the future hold? The digital nomad emerged over the last few years as people left lockdown and came to us here in Ras Al Khaimah to set up their offices, to set up work, to work from the beautiful scenery around us, and made themselves very, very comfortable as their businesses flourished. And the digital transformation, what does that look like? Is it the metaverse that everyone's been talking about? Is there going to be a marrying of digital and physical all at the same time? Or are people going to really always want that genuine human connection? Also, NFTs exploding. There's so much that we're learning on a constant basis. But our tourism industry plays such a critical role in the development of this. The global tourism contributed in 2020 $4.7 trillion, and close to 500 million people traveled on a regular basis. And it's an industry that caters heavily to female employment. 54% of people working in the tourism and hospitality industry are women. And again, as we said, the two biggest crises that face us are COVID and climate change. For being one of the oldest industries in the world, hoteliers and hospitality professionals had to learn how to do things completely differently. The core of our industry, human connection, serving people, creating memories, all of that changed overnight. And pivoting with all of the hotels and everyone working together helped the industry to survive and really come out on top. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, looking around the room today, I feel enthusiastic, I feel hopeful for the dialogue that we'll be able to have at the summit today. Different viewpoints, opinions is what makes this world so special, and being able to feed off of each other and drive things forward, to learn from each other is vital. I hope we can all walk away with meaningful connections, outcomes over the next 2 days, and I hope you can all squeeze a little bit of time to enjoy our beautiful emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, maybe go down the longest zipline on the world up on Jebel Jais, or swim in the beautiful ocean. We're excited, or visit some of our culture and historical sites, but I really look forward for us to work together to achieve a more sustainable future, and for us to build back better together as global citizens. Thank you, and welcome again to Ras Al Khaimah.